Welcome to another episode of Joan Deserves, a musical, where I talk about my efforts to turn the life of Joan of Arc into a family-friendly animated musical. And I think this series is nearing its end. Still don't know if it'll be a good end or a sad end, happy or not, but big things are happening. On August 3rd, I am slated to have an in-person meeting with the executive producer of an animation studio, and he has been so encouraging of this project for over a year now. And we're going to meet up in person for the first time. It's not an official pitch. In fact, I don't think I've told him I have finished writing the script. And in fact, I haven't. I have a lot more revisions I want to do, but we have 7 songs written. It's basically there. So between now and then, I just have to get it 100% polished and buttoned up. Even though this is not an official pitch, I want it to lead to that opportunity. And so I have to have everything just bulletproof, right? I need to be ready for whatever questions he has about theme or characters or whatever else, tone, marketing, positioning. These are all things he's asked me about. And so between now and then, I want to get all of that just solid. And I want to get the script totally finalized so that it is ready for whatever tests may lie ahead. And after that, I don't know what happens. If I get the opportunity to pitch it, then maybe we'll have a few more episodes where I talk about my preparations for pitching, which is something I don't know anything about. Or if he says, you know what, never mind, it's not going to work, then I have no idea what happens next. And regardless, in the best case scenario where I do get to pitch, once I pitch it, I don't really know what happens then either. The thing he has discussed with me is optioning the script, which means buying the rights for a limited amount of time, 3 years, 5 years, something like that. So they can make it if they want to, but they can also choose not to make it, at which case the rights revert back to me and I have to start over with finding a home for it. But all of this is just to say, I think it's going to be a big push from now till August 3rd for me to get this thing ready for showtime. And then I suspect there will just be a lot of waiting and not a lot of things for me to report. So I believe we have 4 Thursdays after today where I will be working and updating and pondering on what else I could possibly do, what more I could do to get this thing ready to go. But really, we're almost there. I'm doing a current round of revisions. I have read through this script so many times. Every time I read through, I make little changes. But honestly, the beginning has gotten revised a lot more than the end, just because by a quarter of the way through, my eyes have glazed over and I'm no longer really paying attention. So what I'm doing right now is it's 87 pages currently. So I just had a randomizer I found on the internet give me numbers 1 through 87 in random order. And I'm reading the pages in that order. Each page I look at and I scrutinize word by word, line by line. I'm able to pay attention in a way that I'm not when I just read it straight through, because I have to figure out what's going on and make sure it makes sense. And that's been really helpful. I've been tightening up a lot. Most pages get some edits this way. And then a friend of mine recently read it and gave me a bunch of suggestions of things that need to be added or enriched. So there's still work to be done. I think I'll be working right down to the wire. And then August 3rd, I hope to show up with printed manuscript. And I was talking to Amanda. We're going to try to get some sort of recording I can give him also, so he can actually hear the music, not just read the lyrics. And I don't know if he'll take it or if he'll say, no, you got to pitch it first. I have no idea how this works. We were so far off the map of my life experiences up to this point. And we'll just see what happens. So the next few episodes will be me diving deep, answering questions he has sent me. So last year, when he and I first got into contact, we had a lot of emails back and forth. At this point, I had not even created a first draft of the thing. And he was asking questions like, what is the theme? That's why I've spent so much time pondering on theme in this series. He asked me, is it the hero's journey? And he said, if it's the hero's journey, what's the lie she believes at the beginning? These are things I've mused on a little bit, but I want to come up with really good answers to them. He's asked a lot of questions about this, like marketing wise, how do we, if this is a story of good versus evil, and if France is good and England is evil, how can we possibly market this internationally? I have thoughts on all these things, and so the next few episodes, I think my plan is will just be hypothetical interviews. I will read you questions that he sent me through email, and I will do my best to answer them confidently, and you can tell me how I'm doing. So that is the current state of things. It's very exciting, but I really don't know what comes next. I'm just going to do everything I can to show up as competent and confident and passionate as possible on August 3rd. And then, well, I think it's a Tuesday, so the August 5th, I guess, would be the next Thursday. I'll tell you how it went and tell you what's next, if I know what's next. And it's a little scary because what happens now is I move into a phase with this project where I'm not going to be the one chiefly in control of what's happening. That has not occurred yet. Everything I've reported to you has been my own efforts. And what I'm trying to do now is pass the baton to the team who can actually bring this thing to life. And if I succeed, then I'm no longer carrying the baton, so I don't know what I'll make episodes about. And if I fail, I'll just be crushed. every step of this journey has been so serendipitous. It has not been any, industry savvy on my part that has gotten me a songwriter and this executive producer contact. It has really been providential, serendipitous. Like, this project wants to be made, and it, for whatever reason, chose me to be the one to get it this far. But I can't. I'm not an animator. Even if I was, I couldn't make a full-length animated movie all by myself. So now I need a studio to take over. And once that happens, I'm no longer in the driver's seat, which will be a victory and terrifying. So that's where we're at. That's what's happening now with this Joan of Arc story. And the next few weeks, we'll just be practicing for the big meeting on August 3rd.